All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great session with the presidential candidates of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, apart from integrity and the ability or capacity to perform effectively, one of the most important qualities that a leader must possess is empathy. Nobody will be able to lead effectively if he or she lacks compassion, because more often than not, the leader is more economically, financially, socially, and mentally equipped than more than 90% of the followers. So he has to be a compassionate person to be able to consider during policy formulations that the people that will have to deal with these policies are not multi-millionaires or billionaires like him. So he will be compassionate when making those policies. But if he lacks compassion, the people are doomed. Sadly, empathy and compassion are abominable words in the ranks of the APC. Their greatest joy, people who emerge under the APC, their greatest joy is to see people suffer. They rejoice, they felicitate when they see people wallow in abject poverty and squalor. And that suffering has been the portion of Nigerians since 2015 when the APC took over. I remember ex-President Buhari's remark about Nigerians when he visited Germany. Just few months after he was sworn in, he was asked about the complaints of economic hardship in Nigeria. And he responded by saying most Nigerian youths are lazy. Now, it is few months into TINUBU's regime, he has visited that same Germany, and in his own case, he began mocking Nigerians. He took to the podium and started mocking the people. He said his name deserves to be in the Guinness Book of Records for what he has done to Nigerians. Before I show you how he said it and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this very interesting video by Professor Chidi Odinkalu.
It is inconceivable. It is a bloody scandal. And I'm actually scandalized that any lawyer, irrespective of the side they take in the case, cannot see that this scandalizes the judicial system.
And you tweeted today, you said, you were quoted rather to say Nigerian judiciary is crooked. Did you mean it, or they misquoted or misquoted?
I was not misquoted. I absolutely said so, and I own it with my full chest.
But wouldn't that be a white brush to paint the entire judiciary black?
Look, I said, let me repeat myself. I said so, and I claim it with my full chest.
Even with the consequences that may thereafter abound.
Let me repeat myself. I said so.
What makes you think or say, believe so?
It's not a belief. No judiciary that is credible will produce this kind of judgment and certify it. And this is not coming from a customary court. It's not coming from an area court. It's not coming from a magistrate's court. It's not even coming from a high court. It's not coming from a customary court of appeal, nor a Sharia court of appeal. This is the Court of Appeal of Nigeria, the second highest court in the country. Any lawyer worth their onions should be scandalized by it, irrespective of whatever side you take. Because the country relies on credible adjudication in order to make progress, in order to sanitize society, in order to retain balance in our country. All right? Now, if we are producing judgments like this, and then asking the lawyers to come back so that they can be tipexed and corrected, how do you trust the judicial system? That is crookery. If a judge gives a disposition and comes to change it, and you're telling me not to say that they are crooked, you are not serious.
You heard him. And I love the bluntness of the professor on this one. It is time to call a spade a spade. No more time for mincing words. And the same professor was quoted to have said, prostitutes have become more honorable than some judges in Nigeria. That is a fact. Because those ones, they are open about their business. Everybody knows what they are doing. Not these ones that come out, claim sanctimony, claim to be straightforward people, but they go back, go collect money, sell judgment. Now, onto TINUBU's speech where he claimed he deserves a mention in the Guinness Book of World Records for what he has done to Nigerians. That part of his speech was well captured in this short documentary on Arise. Siam.
Let's begin what's trending with Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who, while addressing groups of investors at the 10th German-Nigerian Business Forum in Berlin on Tuesday, said he deserves recognition from the Guinness World Records for the economic reforms he has introduced since assuming office on May 29th. The president recalled his time as a corporate player, adding that his experience from the private sector has equipped him with the tools to tackle economic challenges assailing Nigeria. Well, let's take a quick listen before we come back for a discussion.
I can brag, beat my chest, that Lagos is on the horizon. It is the fifth largest economy in Africa, from zero. Look, that's a track record that I can use to assure you. And that's the track record that got me into this office as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria voted for me for reforms. And from day one of my inauguration, I started the reform. Day one. To me, if you didn't mention me in the Guinness Book of Records, I will try to find a way to insert myself. Because I did it without expectation.
Well, I enjoy the president's sense of humor, RUFAI. Mo gbadu e gan. You know, I speak Yoruba now. But I mean, obviously, Nigerians are not laughing. You know, some people are very upset, obviously. Let me take Somto's tweet. Tinubu's first mistake was at his swearing in when he declared that subsidy is removed on that podium. I thought that was performative without due diligence. He created problems for everyone because he was trying to impress Guinness Book of World Records. RUFAI, I know you can't wait to talk. Just go ahead.
I can't wait to say something about this. Yeah. So a couple of things. I think he was just joking when he was talking about Guinness Book of World Record. But let me tell you, those that really deserve to be on Guinness Book of World Record are the suffering Nigerian people. Because this level of suffering has never been this same. This suffering Nigerians are going through deserves to be in the Guinness Book of World Record. It's unprecedented. And it's caused largely by President Tinubu's policy that he claims should put him in Guinness Book of World Records.
That first day.
He himself came out to confirm to us that his advisor said he shouldn't remove subsidy. There should not announce subsidy going in the speech, but he went ahead and he shocked them. You see, when you pass a policy, that's not funny. That will hurt the people so much like it's hurting us. You know what happened the next day after I said subsidy gone? There was a scarcity. Even the NMPC did not know what was going on. And the prices jacked up, and Nigerian life never remained the same since then. Also, the policy on the forex. You can see where we are. We argued. You remember Rotus and I having our arguments. And I understand, you know, the market forces. They were saying, oh yeah, so that investors will come. Where are the investors today? Where are the investors today, I ask? My arguments then, and I will still argue now, is that you can't float where you don't have productivity in a highly dollarized economy and you don't have a means of making dollars. I hate to say, but time has proven me right. Look at where we are today, over 1,000. Look at the sad reality, look at the suffering, vis-a-vis the high level of inflation. Somebody on the New Telegraph this morning was saying that we have unprecedented levels of hardship. I think Abdullahi. It's never been this bad.
Right.
Never been this bad.
Right.
Inflation numbers over 15-year high. It's a sad one for Nigeria. And I think he needs to think of how to get us out of this quagmire. Right. So those that ought to be on the Guinness Book of World Record for suffering that is leading to Japa are the Nigerian people.
Now, first of all, Let me quickly point out that Tinubu was governor of Lagos for 8 years. Before he became governor, Lagos was Nigeria's capital. And after him, Lagos has had 3 other governors. So how he wants to take credit for all that is happening or that has happened in Lagos beats my imagination. Secondly, at the beginning of this video, I spoke about a leader having empathy and compassion. This man removed subsidy, floated the naira, 2 policies that left Nigerians impoverished. Homes are breaking, businesses are folding, people are dying, and he thinks it is a funny issue. He thinks it's something that people should laugh about. That tells you everything you need to know about the importance of empathy and compassion. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So, don't go away. Don't go away.